What is up, my people? It is Deep, Coach Deep, your favorite dating coach. All right. So, for guys out there who have been trying to date uh, for a long time or just got back into the game, all right, and you're not getting any results, you're not getting anywhere, right? Events have failed, you can't get ahead in online dating, and you're getting zero attention by women. You've tried the whole alpha male advice, and it actually feels like you're trying to be someone you're not. All right. So here's how to know if you need a coach. All right. So these are all signs in your dating life. Well, look at it as almost like a diagnosis checklist. All right. If you're having these symptoms that I'm going to list below, it means that there's a diagnosis that there's a huge problem in your dating life and that you need to fix this. All right. And really, trying harder without a new framework is pretty much, it's setting yourself up for failure. All right. If you just go online and read a couple books and watch a couple tutorials, watch some infields, and you think that that's going to just fix your dating life, you are completely wasting your time. All right. You as an individual need a framework in your personal life to follow and someone to guide you so you are actually getting the results that you want. Not just jumping into the pool without knowing how to swim, pretty much. Without a life jacket, without knowing how to swim. All right. So the first sign, right? The first symptom, let's call it, is, let's say you are attracting women, right? But you're attracting the wrong type of women, right? And it becomes a pattern in your life, right? You may once in a while find someone that's going to be going out with you, right? But you may be a guy who's doing well for himself or might have his head on it, a good head on his shoulders, and you're attracting women that are the complete opposite. They're complete nutcases, or they got a lot of issues going on, or it seems that they're trying to use you even, right? So you have to address why you keep getting yourself in these situations with these toxic women, all right? Next sign, right? Sign number 2. You get a lot of dates, right? But you're never in a relationship, right? It may not even be a lot of dates. You may even get dates once in a while, but you're never in a relationship, all right? So you get the first date, but you can't lock down a second, all right? There's a lot of things that need to be addressed, right? Obviously, something about you, something you're doing wrong is causing you to get a first date, right? Let's say through a dating app, which is like real common nowadays, but not be able to move forward with a second date. All right. Again, this is going to be a you problem, personal problem, and something that you really need a coach to help you with, because if you don't fix it, you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over. It's called insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. All right. See, the thing is what a lot of people don't realize is there's all kinds of men out there in relationships, right? There's all kinds of men out there dating multiple women, happy with their dating lives, whether it's they're hooking up with different women and they're happy with that, or they're in a long-term relationship and they're happy with that, right? And again, there's varieties of these guys. There's fat guys that are succeeding. There's really unattractive guys. There's guys who are broke, right? But if you're watching this, you are not succeeding, right? And you may be in somewhat of good shape, or you may be fat. But always remember, if you're a fat guy, you're an unattractive guy, you're a guy who's broke, there's another guy out there who's also broke, who's also fat, who's also unattractive or whatever, who is succeeding, right? So it always comes down to you. And this is how you know you really need a dating coach, all right? Another symptom, another sign, right, that you really need a coach is you keep going to singles events and you get nowhere, right? You try speed dating. You tried, these meet and greet events. You try these mingling events, right? If you're a man of color, if you're an ethnic guy, you've tried cultural events right? I know there's a lot of Indian and South Asian dating events out there. And speed dating and meetup groups for singles and matchmaking groups. And if you're not getting ahead in those, something is seriously wrong with you. All right. So imagine you go into these events and you're leaving feeling worse than when you got there. That means that something needs to change within you and your approach and the way you're going about dating, or else you're just not going to get anywhere. All right. The hard truth of it is, showing up to an event isn't going to equal success. All right. It doesn't make you just stand out from the rest of the crowd, the rest of the other guys that are there. You yourself are going to have something unique about you, really, at the end of the day, for women to want to be attracted to you at these events. All right. You've done online dating and you failed miserably, right? If you're here listening to me, if you're on YouTube, listening to dating coaches telling you how to fix your dating life, you probably definitely have already went through the online dating route, dating apps, websites, et cetera, et cetera. And you've gotten nowhere, either low matches or, dead end messaging, or just overall never meeting up with anybody, right? This is common with people who reach out to me, right? They tell me, oh, I'm on Tinder, I'm on Bumble, I'm on Hinge, I'm on Dill Mill, I'm on all these apps, right? Coffee Meets Bagel, but I never meet anybody. I get matches here and there. Maybe once a week they'll get a match, but they never physically actually meet anybody. So that's how you know that, you have a serious problem if you're not even able to meet someone off an app. Or again, if you have low match rates, you might be getting just one match a week or one match every 2 weeks, right? So you need to do something about that, right? You got to think, dating app is a huge pool. There's unlimited amounts of women, you could almost call it, on dating apps, right? And if you're not able to constantly have a flow of women that you're going out with and meeting up with on these apps, something is seriously wrong. Usually it's going to be, bad photos, your bio sucks, and then just the messaging, right? Your game has to be tight. Your photos can be great, your bio can be great, but if your game sucks, you're screwed. You could have some all right photos. You could have kind of like a weakish bio, and you could still pull in a few females on. You could still get a match here and there. And then if your game is tight, you're going to close in on those girls, right? So again, the game, the way you're interacting, your riz and the way you're messaging and everything really supersedes everything else, right? So you really got to work on the way you're interacting with females. Again, that applies to the singles events, right? It applies to the speed dating. Definitely applies to cold approach, right? When you're at these events, you have a woman right in front of you, right? There to listen to you, right? She is almost forced to listen to you. She's volunteering to listen to you, right? And if your game sucks and you can't close in, you're not going to get any women. That's the reality of it. All right. Another sign that you really need a coach, right, is you're getting zero female attention. So you're not getting any females ever looking at you, right? Now, I'm not going to lie, me myself, right? Sometimes I place myself in situations where I do get a lot of female attention. I know how to do that. I'm a coach. I'm a dating coach, right? I'm a pickup artist, right? I'm a seduction coach, all right? I'm a Riz coach, right? I really like to call myself the king of Riz, all right? But either way, I know how to position myself, right, to get a lot of female attention, right? And this is something that if you're lacking in your life completely, right, whether you're a part of some type of social event or a social gathering or a group, or it could be anything. Like I go to my local Whole Foods over here once or twice a week. I see a large group of people. They're doing board games. They have some kind of board game meetup group. All right. And even like a kind of like geeky group like that, right? These are all adults. You could be the guy that is getting all the female attention, right? That the women are looking at, like, oh, he's cute, or he's sexy, or he's cool, right? Attraction is not just attraction is something that you can learn to build and learn to and really work on, right? It's just being confident is useless advice, to be honest with you, right? So you hear these retard coaches online telling you just be confident, right? Yes, be confident. I'm a confidence coach, but if you're not confident and you don't know how to be confident, you're not going to be able to be confident, right? It sounds insane, right? It's like this. Let's give, for example, right? Someone tells you let's say you want to. You're a young dude, you're 18, 19, 20 years old, or whatever age you are, and you want to play basketball. You want to be a basketball star, right? And someone tells you, just go out there and shoot the ball, and that's, you're going to be a star, right? You don't know how to shoot a basketball. You don't know how to dribble. You don't know how to do a layup, right? You've seen it, but you don't know how to do it yourself, right? That's why you get a coach. That's why people who succeed in sports, they have a coach. Anybody can just tell themselves something, right? But you need guidance to be able to successfully do it. All right. And now that goes into my next point, right? A lot of you guys are watching all this alpha male shit online, right? Alpha male, yeah, that's a real thing, right? But not everybody can be an alpha male, right? You tried to do all this dominance crap, I'm be this kind of cold, mysterious, kind of edgy guy, but it's not you, right? And if it's not you, it's not you. Okay. I've always kind of been more of the aggressive, kind of mysterious, edgy type, right? Kind of just the mysterious type, right? That's always been me as a kid. And I still do. I attract a lot of females that way, right? But for some of you guys, that's not who you are, right? So you have to work with who you are, right? Trying to fake being somebody else, right? To go and taking steroids and shooting them up in your neck and you doing all this shit, getting some fake muscles and everything. That's not going to solve everything, right? That's not going to turn you into an alpha male all of a sudden, right? Just because you shooting up some steroids in your neck and you got a couple tattoos, right? It's more than just that, more than just a superficial. All right. So again, if you are a guy who's just watching all this alpha male crap and it's not working because it's not you, right? And you need to really focus in on who you are and the traits that you have that are going to attract women. All right. So, for most of you guys who are watching, again, you're struggling in your dating life, right? I'm a coach. I help you build an attractive version of yourself, right? Not some fake carbon copy of somebody else, right? And the final thing final symptom sign is, a lot of you guys, I'm an ethnic dating coach, right? I help men of color. I help all men out, but specifically men of color, right? You have this self-defeating talk in your minds, right? Some of you guys. I'm Indian, I'm Asian, I'm a Chinese dude, I'm a black dude, I'm a Middle Eastern dude, I'm a Muslim dude. Nobody's going to want me. Women don't like Indian dudes. Women don't like Chinese dudes, right? This is confidence, right? This is where the confidence and self-esteem comes in, right? You need a coach to fix that. You need a coach to fix what you're telling yourself in your mind, all right? So, me, I'm a real-time coach, right? So even when I'm helping you get dates, I'm there to help you navigate through the text messaging, through the calls, through the setting up the date. All right. So, again, if a few of these apply to you, and if all of them apply to you, you definitely need to get yourself a dating coach. All right. I'm the guy for you. I believe in a practical way for guys to be able to work on themselves and be able to meet women, all right, which definitely includes cold approach, working on the dating apps, because that is modern and that's what's going on nowadays, and definitely working on socials in terms of social circles and things like that. But it's multifaceted. It's not just one thing. All right. So book that call with me, free call, and I'll check you all out.